Hello everyone, welcome to Diplomatic Brief. Just how much does Trump want to win the Nobel Peace Prize? Well, besides pressuring the Norwegian government, getting his friends and subordinates to openly support him, he keeps repeating that he ended 7 wars, including those between Cambodia and Thailand, Kosovo and Serbia, the Democratic Republic of the Congo and Rwanda, Pakistan and India, Israel and Iran, Egypt and Ethiopia, as well as Armenia and Azerbaijan. According to a report by Sky News, they interviewed the UK the director of the Global Governance and Security Center at the Royal Institute of International Affairs, pointed out that there is a huge difference between stopping the fighting and resolving the root causes of conflict. Trump seems to have either not noticed or simply ignored this distinction. His interventions only focused on getting both sides to talk and manage the conflict without truly addressing the underlying issues. No matter how the outside world evaluates Trump's determination to pursue his goals, which has been quite strong recently, another major move has just been revealed. On October 6th, the American political news network, citing 3 anonymous sources, first disclosed that US President Trump intends to travel to Malaysia later this month to attend the 47th ASEAN Summit. The premise is that he can use this opportunity to showcase his achievements in regional diplomacy. At the end of July this year, after a phone call with Trump, Malaysian Prime Minister Anwar, it was previously revealed that this US president had confirmed he would attend this ASEAN summit. However, the latest report from Politico states that the White House believes whether Trump will attend the ASEAN summit, held from October 26th to 28th, depends on whether the Malaysian government agrees to let Trump preside over a ceremony during the summit, where Cambodia and Thailand will sign a peace agreement. According to sources, the White House even specifically pressured the summit organizers to exclude Chinese officials from participating in this ceremony, according to the report. The intention behind this move is to ensure that all the attention is focused solely on Trump, while also aiming to downplay China's efforts in mediating the dispute between Thailand and Cambodia. Politico reports that holding such a high-profile event during the ASEAN summit would provide Trump with an international stage, allowing him to promote his image as the so-called chief peacemaker. Previously, Trump claimed that he ended the 5-day conflict between Thailand and Cambodia in July this year, which had resulted in multiple deaths. He played a decisive role in the cross-border conflict. According to the report, the White House denied that Trump's attendance at the ASEAN summit was tied to the signing of the peace agreement. A senior U.S. official, who was granted anonymity due to the sensitivity of the topic, said that while the president did indeed push for this peace agreement, it was not set as a condition for attending the summit. However, White House staff did not forget to mention, what about China's involvement in these ongoing peace talks? In terms of relations, the US president took the lead in this peace agreement, while China did not play a role in these negotiations. Meanwhile, on October 7th, 4 diplomats and Malaysian government sources confirmed to This Week in Asia, a subsidiary of the South China Morning Post, that Trump hoped to hold a special ceremony during the ASEAN summit to highlight his leading role in initiating the peace process. So far, neither Anwar's office nor the Malaysian Ministry of Foreign Affairs has responded to these reports. According to an analysis article by the South China Morning Post, Trump wanted to use the ASEAN summit to take a group photo for the Thai-Cambodian peace agreement in order to boost his ambitions for the Nobel Prize. The article says that Trump, who is known for being unpredictable, has been vying for this year's Nobel Peace Prize, and claims that since returning to the White House in January this year, he has ended 7 global conflicts as the chief architect of peace. And on October 10th, the 2025 Nobel Peace Prize will be announced, but several experts predict that Trump's chances of winning are slim. The South China Morning Post, citing another anonymous source, revealed that the US side has not made any similar final requests to this year's ASEAN chair country and summit host, Malaysia. The source said that while a signing ceremony for the peace agreement is possible, it has not yet been finalized. This also depends on whether Thailand agrees with the reports from Politico and other outlets. According to sources familiar with the preparations for the ASEAN summit, everything is still under discussion, but the Malaysian government is in a very difficult position. The report says that Trump's demands have put Malaysia in a dilemma. Anwar hopes to reach a trade agreement with the United States, aiming to reduce the current 19% tariff imposed by the US on Malaysian imports, analysts say. These tariffs will severely impact electronics and furniture exports and could potentially reduce Malaysia's annual economic growth by as much as 1 percentage point in the coming year. However, US support for Israel's military actions in Gaza has sparked strong dissatisfaction among the Malaysian public, with angry protesters gathering outside the US embassy in Malaysia to express their opposition. Anwar is also concerned that doing diplomatic favors for a US president who is extremely unpopular among the Malaysian public could create negative perceptions. Facing public calls to withdraw the invitation for Trump to attend the meeting, Anwar is under significant political pressure. In reality, the US's attempt to exclude China's role as a mediator in the Thai-Myanmar conflict cannot simply erase China's involvement by not inviting them to the ceremony. Back when the Thai-Myanmar conflict broke out in July this year, China's permanent representative to the United Nations, Koo Chong, had already commented on this. Cambodia and Thailand are not only good neighbors of China, but also friendly neighbors to each other, and at the same time, they are important members of ASEAN. ASEAN has always adhered to the tradition of resolving differences through peaceful means, and it is hoped that peace will prevail once again this time. China is currently playing a mediating role in the communication between both sides and hopes that the situation can stabilize as soon as possible. In any case, to put it simply about Trump, all these blatant, self-serving moves and the flood of news about him winning awards everywhere won't make the international community see America as great again. Instead, it shows the image of a so-called beacon of democracy and freedom using state tools for personal gain. From another perspective, if China were to attend, it could steal Trump's spotlight, which would actually be a recognition of China's international status by the US. If the US thinks that not allowing China to attend the so-called peace agreement signing ceremony could exclude China from influencing ASEAN, that's really just superficial. The various forms of cooperation between China and ASEAN are already highly integrated, and these kinds of American-style ceremonial activities can't replace that. It's impossible for Trump to eliminate China's influence in ASEAN, but his sudden tantrum over Afghanistan has instead unexpectedly brought China, Russia, India, and Pakistan closer together. On October 7th, the 7th round of the Moscow format consultations on the Afghan issue was held in Moscow. According to RIA Novosti, participating countries included China, Russia, India, Pakistan, Iran, and others. During the meeting, all countries unanimously agreed that it is unacceptable for any country to deploy military infrastructure in Afghanistan or its neighboring countries. According to foreign media analysis, recently US President Trump has suddenly fixated on Afghanistan, exerting pressure to regain control of the Bagram Air Base in Afghanistan. However, by doing so, Trump has achieved an unexpected result. China, India, and Pakistan have united in opposition. In the joint statement, the participating countries said that any attempt by any country to deploy military infrastructure in Afghanistan or its neighboring countries is unacceptable, as this does not align with regional peace and the interests of the region. All parties have renewed their support for Afghanistan to become an independent, peaceful country free from terrorism and drugs, and have expressed their willingness to assist Kabul in strengthening regional security. The statement also specifically mentioned that those countries primarily responsible for Afghanistan's current severe situation need to genuinely fulfill their obligations regarding Afghanistan's economic recovery and future development. According to reports, Afghan Foreign Minister Mutaki also attended the meeting, marking the first time the Afghan Taliban participated as a member. The countries participating in the meeting included China, Russia, India, Pakistan, Iran, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. The Belarusian delegation was also invited to attend the meeting as a guest. Bagram Air Base is located about 50 kilometers north of Kabul, the capital of Afghanistan. It was once the largest U.S. military base in Afghanistan and served as the central hub of the U.S.-led 20-year-long war in Afghanistan. By August 2021, when the U.S. and NATO forces withdrew from Afghanistan, this base was also abandoned. Currently, this base is under the control of the Afghan Ministry of Defense, led by the Taliban. 4 years after the U.S. withdrawal, last month Trump suddenly claimed that the U.S. was seeking to reclaim Bagram Air Base, which the U.S. military left in 2021, and at the same time stirred up controversy by saying that this base is close to China's nuclear facilities. Trump also threatened that if the Taliban did not agree, then A major event happened. On September 21st, the Chief of Staff of the Afghan Armed Forces, Fasihuddin, responded by saying that ceding even 1 inch of land to anyone is unimaginable and impossible. To sum up simply, first, India, Pakistan, and even China all stood together to oppose the United States. This is a rare diplomatic move in recent years. Trump is not only promoting the development of Chinese technology by building walls, but can also be said to be driving global unity. Second, from the release of this statement, it is clear that the strength of the United States is declining. The countries that have come together all share one thing in common: dissatisfaction with the United States.